With E3 just a couple of months away, let's get into some more predictions for what we could see at the upcoming digital event. From Xbox Game Studios, Bethesda, and some third-party things too. This is part 2 of my E3 prediction series. This time we're going to be looking at some of your comments from the previous video. So if you haven't watched that one, check it out now. Links are in the description. But let's get started. Thanks everyone for checking out this video. If you do like what I do on the channel here, I would love for you to like and subscribe and turn on notifications. Each week you can check out new videos on the channel about Xbox, Game Pass, and everything else going on in the gaming industry. And our weekly podcast, Controllers and Coffee, is also on the channel if you want to see some more long-form discussions. But let's get into today's video. The first one I'm going to start with is from Crow4499, who just pointed out something super obvious, saying Double Fine would be a good fit for Banjo. I wasn't sure what studio would be good to make a Banjo game, but he absolutely nailed it here. Completely forgot about Double Fine. Tim Schafer is the kind of studio head that could really make something special with Banjo-Kazooie. They have a great sense of humor as a studio, but they also are working on Psychonauts 2 and it hasn't released just yet. So hopefully there's maybe a team in pre-production or something like that, but it definitely would be a great fit. Could still be, in my opinion, a Sobo, as at the moment we don't know exactly what they're working on, although their job listings do appear to be kind of hinting at a narrative title with a realistic graphical style. So even though they're not a Microsoft studio, they have partnered with them a lot of times in the past, obviously recently with Flight Simulator, but I think Double Fine would be the most logical choice. Either way, like I said last week, it's a no-brainer that Xbox need to be working on this title, if not now, then in the future. So thanks Crow for pointing that one out. Friend of the show, Uncle Chunt, dropped some spicy predictions and wishes, saying, I'm going out on a wishful limb here. I reckon Genshin Impact Xbox release window could be announced, and a potential teaser for Gears 6. More back-compat news, dedicated Xbox handheld for xCloud and remote play. Total wish fulfillment. Pretty loaded comment here, thanks Chunt. So a Genshin release would be actually really cool, I think, and it seems to be getting some really good ongoing support. It's also on mobile. I'm not sure why it's not on Xbox yet. Also, with Microsoft just announcing that free-to-play games are free-to-play online now for everybody. You don't need a gold subscription. I think that would be really cool. Gears 6 teaser, totally. I think it's probably a bit further away, but it did really leave it on a cliffhanger at the end of the last game, so I really want to see where that goes. Coalition are definitely one of the most talented studios at Xbox, and their work is just phenomenal, especially graphically. It is just incredible. They're definitely going to be working on Unreal Engine 5 for the next game, and really going to be able to take advantage of the series consoles. So that would be great to see, but I think it's going to be pretty far away. Xbox handheld, I think is really unlikely, but it would be cool if they made their own phone holder like the Razer Kishi that was Xbox controller quality. The new headphones that I bought that are the Xbox ones, they're really good quality, and I think if they bring something to their hardware lineup that is an Xbox wireless controller quality handheld for a phone, that would be really sweet. In the news, we've seen that Xbox is sending out invites for iOS and PC xCloud users for some Game Pass Ultimate subscribers. xCloud is really only going to grow in the coming years, especially as it becomes more in line with the Game Pass subscription as a whole. And once that whole catalogue is there, it's going to be incredible. This one I don't really know about, but it's a fun prediction nonetheless. Blaze Reed Jenkins saying maybe a superhero game could be revealed to compete with Spider-Man. We did have a chat about this in the comments, and it'd be really cool, I think, if it was an X-Men game. We haven't had a really good X-Men game in a long time. I think it would be cool if it either focused on one of the X-Men or just be a single-player game where you get to play as a selection of them. When you think X-Men games, it's probably going to be something like Wolverine, which would be great fun. The Wolverine Origins game was actually really, really good back on the 360. But as long as it's a single player game, I think that'll be a win. Please stay away from what the Avengers game is. Just nobody wants that. But let me know down below what studios you think could handle this property and this kind of gameplay. Let me know down below. This next one backs up some of my predictions from last week from NO saying, I'm hoping we see some Hellblade and Avowed gameplay. Wolfenstein 3 gameplay would be amazing, and I fully believe that we'll be seeing Starfield this E3. They're also saying they're interested if we'll see any studio buyouts. Now, Wolfenstein 3, that's a really good shout. I think that's definitely something that could be quite close. Somehow it's been 4 years since Wolfenstein The New Colossus. We know that Machine Games are working on this Indiana Jones project, but that is in really early development. So I think a new Wolfenstein game is probably due to come out soon. After Youngblood, they really need another big hit, and even though Youngblood only came out in 2019, it was co-developed by Arcane, so probably didn't involve the whole team. And Machine Games' release schedule since their first game has been pretty stacked. It's like something coming out almost, every couple of years. So that is a really good call. I wouldn't put it past Machine Games to show off Wolfenstein 3 at E3, which could definitely be a full-on next-gen title for Series S and X. Thanks, NO, for dropping that one. And finally, from Ryan Thompson, we have Everwild, Crossfire X, Psychonauts 2, Bethesda titles, and partnership deals. And he also says below, predictions for Bethesda and third-party stuff is Wolfenstein 3 again, Starfield, saying we're not going to see Deathloop or Ghostwire Tokyo, which is spot on. We're definitely not. They've still got those partnerships going on with PlayStation. This thing with Kojima, potentially as well. And then Elden Ring. So great predictions there. Let's start from the top. I would love to see Everwild, but it really sounds like it's quite far away. It would be great just to see more. Every time I see that game, it looks stunning. There's just something about that art style and that world that is really captivating. Crossfire X, I think we will definitely see it, and hopefully it's launching soon, but again, everything is being probably delayed, so maybe that's why they haven't shown it yet, but it's got to be coming this year, I think. Psychonauts 2, that has been pushed multiple times. Again, it's something that I would really like to see Microsoft get out the door. So this Kojima deal, if that's real, I think it would be cool to see a teaser, but knowing Kojima, it would be something entirely bonkers. But I am excited nonetheless, as I really love Death Stranding, even though it was completely insane. Elden Ring, though, this 100% needs to be shown. That leaked trailer happened like a month or two ago, and we still haven't heard anything. So who knows what's going on at From Software. Hopefully we do find out soon. If there was a trailer ready, I don't know why it's not been shown off yet, but I think that game is probably coming out this year. There's a lot to think about there. There's so many things I'm sure I haven't even thought about. Like I said at the start, this is part 2. If you haven't watched part 1, go check that one out and see some of my predictions for Microsoft Game Studios games. Let me know if there's still any more that come to mind, any third-party deals you think might be shown off. Are we going to see Dying Light 2 again, now that it's actually got a bit of a release window? Let me know all your thoughts down below. Thank you everybody for watching. Thanks for everyone for commenting on the last one and giving their predictions. I really like doing this kind of commenter response video. So if you have any other thoughts, predictions, whatever, drop them down below. Also, if you have any long form questions that you want answered, let us know them as well in the comments, or you can email us at controllersandcoffee@gmail.com. And we would love to answer your questions on the podcast as well. The podcast is a couple of days late this week. We've just been so busy. So check that one out, probably going up on Wednesday. Subscribe to the channel if you like what we do here. Give the video a like. Share it with your friends. Let's get hyped for some new game announcements at E3 in just a couple of months' time. Thanks for watching, and until next time, peace.